Hey guys, welcome back to World Drum Club. I'm Kalani. So in this lesson, I'll be showing you guys how to play the triangle, one of our favorite instruments. Very basic, it's ubiquitous, it's everywhere. Everybody understands the triangle, everybody recognizes the triangle, and nobody forgets the name of the triangle for obvious reasons. So today I'm going to show you the samba style or world drumming style technique for triangle. You know, you've all probably seen the orchestral kind of technique where you have a little clip, or you've got a little string up here and you hold it and it sort of dangles down, and then I'm going to use my finger right now because there's no clip on this one, but you play it this way, which is one of the ways we play the triangle. But I want to show you the world percussion technique, or what we call samba triangle, named after the Brazilian dance and rhythm. I think for this you're going to need a larger triangle like this one, and you want to have a beater, of course. And just while we're on the subject, triangle beaters are metal rods that usually have, not always, but usually have a rubber grip area, and they're often chromed like this one. Same with the triangle. And it's really important that you let your students understand that we only play the triangle with the triangle beater. So even though this is a beater, and what I've seen is kids sometimes don't understand that if they start hitting other things with this, like wood blocks and other bells and drums, especially drums, they could really cause a lot of damage. And I know they don't want to do that, but sometimes people don't know that the triangle beater is very hard, and it can be kind of piercing, and it can damage instruments. So we want to make sure that people just only play the triangle with the triangle beater, all right? So let's get to holding the triangle. You're going to let it rest across your index finger like this, just very comfortably. Hold it in your hand, and then we'll get to how to use our thumb and fingers together to create different types of notes. For now, we're going to focus on our playing hand. So just hold the triangle comfortably, and you can hold it out in front of you at about a 45-degree angle. And that's because coming into that is going to be the beater coming at the other 45. So they're sort of meeting at 90 degrees out in front of you like this. Again, percussive action. This one is a combination of fingers and arm. You're not really going to use much arm playing the triangle. You could a little bit, but really it's more of that, just the drumming action, the percussive stroke that we use in playing most percussion instruments, whether they're drums or not. And if you just watch the Wiro video, or if you haven't watched the Wiro video, go watch that one because it's the same action. All right, so percussive action. We're going to place that beater inside. For now, just keep your triangle muted, or whenever you practice this, mute your triangle by holding onto it lightly and gripping it with your fingers and thumb. And you're going to play between the bottom and this top edge. So as a first step, just get used to hitting or striking both the bottom and the side, the top side. And experiment with close to the corner and then farther out. Now obviously as you get close to the corner, you don't have as far distance to travel. That would probably be better for faster tempos. Slower tempos, you can open it up into the triangle center. Okay, so first step, practice that with a metronome and see if you can get your notes even. This is 90 beats a minute. Dee-da, dee-da, tiki, 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 tiki. And this is a tap, 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 tap rhythm, but I'm striking the top side as well. Okay, so that's your first assignment, is to get to where you can do that. You can hold the triangle open or closed. It doesn't really matter because you're focusing on your playing hand. Then, next level is you're going to use your fingers and thumb, and you're going to mute the triangle like we just did, and you're going to open it up to let it ring by just opening your hand. You're going to move a little bit. You're not going to open up a lot like I just did to show you guys, but you're going to move just a little bit, enough to open it up. So you can practice with your taka 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 taka, tika 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 tika, and then open and close your hand. And see if you can do that in rhythm. So, a little tip. You might think, well, Kalani, that sounds pretty fast. I'm going to try it slower, and that might be easier. But I'll tell you, this is one of those things that it's kind of like riding a bicycle. If you try to do it too slow, it's going to be a lot harder. So you need to get some speed. I think it's easier a little bit faster. I would say medium to medium fast. Something like that. If I try to go really slow, it doesn't bounce off the sides of the triangle. It's like hitting them and sort of vibrating a little bit. It just feels clumsy to me. So, but find the tempo that works for you. But I'm going to suggest that you try it at a faster tempo, and then if it's too fast, then you can back it off. But don't start at a slow tempo automatically, thinking that that's going to be easier. That it might not. So try some different tempos. Try moving the triangle, in and out of the range. Try playing it towards the tip or towards the middle, or even past the middle towards your fingers. Try some different ways of holding it, different angles. Find the comfort spot for you, okay? Then, as the final step of playing the rhythm and adding some feel to it, because up till now we're focusing on technical stuff. Now we want to make it sound musical. So I'm going to play a rhythm for you, and you can think about what I might be doing. Just listen and figure out what I'm doing with the rhythm. Okay, did you get it? So I was muting on the upbeats. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and taka tika taka tika taka tika da tika da tika da tika da 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 da. Okay, this is one way you can play a rhythm on the triangle. It's not the only way. In fact, I'm going to show you guys in the next section, I'll show you a couple other ways that you can approach playing some rhythms on the triangle that are very musical. And I'll give you some ideas about how you can actually add some body and depth to music using more than one triangle. All right, so for those of you who are not a World Drum Club member, please consider joining. This is member supported. For the rest of you, I hope you've got a lot out of this, and I hope you like it. Give it a thumbs up if you do. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, so moving on, let's look at a couple other ways that you can mute and unmute the triangle. So one way is the one we just did, which is muting it on the upbeats. So if I play 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, I can do that. I can also just unmute it for a moment, and that'll get a tighter rhythm, and it'll just give it a little openness, a little bit of sparkle at certain times. And you can use that approach. I'm going to speed up a little because it's a little easier for me to play it actually a little faster. Papa, gada. All right. Also, you can use the same muting and unmuting technique and play it this way. All right, we get a very different sound down there, and it's interesting. Very different color sound, different transients, different harmonics. All right, here's another way that you can mute and unmute the triangle. What we did before was we had it muted on the beginning of the note, the downbeat, and we unmuted it on the upbeat. Let's flip that around and let's unmute it on the downbeats and mute it on the upbeats. Here's what that sounds like. 3, 4. Okay, so just for fun, let's do a split screen thing where I play the triangle, unmuting it on the upbeat, and then I play the triangle up, unmuting it on the downbeat, like I just did. And let's see what those sound like together. So I'm gonna adjust my volume here on my metronome so it's not too loud. And then I'm gonna play each one and I'll stick them together. So that's what this is. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that example of how you can have two triangles, or in this case, the same triangle, but I would use different triangles, to have them playing open and closed sounds at different times. I'm going to leave a link below this to a song that I recorded where I used different triangles and I panned them left and right to create that kind of effect so you can hear exactly what I'm talking about. So if you like this, please tell your friends and family about World Drum Club. We want to grow the club, grow the membership so we can keep these videos coming. Those of you who are members, thank you so much for your support. I'll see you guys in a future video.